launchers. Everyone has them on their phone. But how do I have mine set up? Because I just want to let you guys know how I actually have it set up. So, let's begin. So, as I just said, everybody uses a launcher. The question is, again, how do I have mine set up? Maybe you can get inspired from mine to do your own type of thing. So I'm running it on the OnePlus 5 right now. You can run it on your ZT, Blade, Z-Max, Z-Max Pro, whatever phone you have, and you'll feel comfortable. Currently, I use Nova Launcher, and with this, you can see Nova Launcher allows you to do a ton of different plugins without using up a ton of space or a ton of RAM, so you can do this on really low-end devices really well. There are also good customization options, like you can tap and hold down on some of the features to be able to get, like, if you want to say, you can get those 3D touch style features that you see on the Pixel and all the higher end devices. You can get that on the Z-Max Pro, Blade Z-Max, whatever phone you have. Those are just two phones coming to mind. And you can also have, along with that, you can have your custom icons, custom widgets, anything you want. This is why I love Android, because the iPhone, you're stuck to one look. And if it gets boring, you buy a new one after a year. It's the same exact look over and over. Android, whether or not it's the same exact look, let's say you buy Samsung, but you love the performance, just don't like what they look like. You can literally customize it to make it look like what you want, along with getting what they offer, like this S8 Plus. Some people hate the look of the S8 Plus's software internally, but you can change that with just the look of a launcher. So, with that in mind, let's just get into my launcher, and I will be sitting down for this. Okay, so what I have here is, I'm going to look down at my phone, but I just opened up YouTube. I'm going to look down at my phone here, and what this is literally just doing is, it is going to be showing me all of the differences of the phone and stuff. So as you can see, the first thing that I want to tell you is I only have one screen, because unless I have multiple widgets that need to be on separate screens, I hate having multiple screens like I don't have there. So the first thing I want to talk about is the top bar is a custom widget. I am using Nova Launcher. You tap and hold. You can get edit, remove, app info, and install, or if you have files, send, receive, icon options. Now, that's how you do that. You can pinch out, you can click the settings. I have for Sesame shortcuts installed. I hate notifications. I have for notification badges, I have Tesla on red. All of these will be linked down below, and they're going to be some pro apps because that's how they work. If you don't want to pay for them, feel free to look it up online. I'm not going to share any of my ways I got them myself. I didn't pay for them. And for the desktop, I have just standard stuff. I will back up my desktop in case someone wants to take it, and I will put it online for some people. I will link my wallpaper too. And what you can do is you can just take all the stuff that I listed, install it on your phone, restore from backup, and then put on the wallpaper and you're good. So I have over here a bunch of different apps. I literally tapped and held, clicked icon options, edit. I took off the app label. Now you can select your theme and everything. I'm just going to do this now. And for all of these, I customized some of these myself. Not really customized, but I took some of the different icons and I changed it, like the T-Mobile one. These ones have the names because you don't see them otherwise. And I took them and I put them in its own thing. Then I took the standard OnePlus way it looked and I put it back up there. Now the status bar doesn't change. The only things that change is the look, the widgets, and the wallpaper. So the widgets I use is Super Widget Pro. Probably shouldn't install the standard version, but that's what I use. And I configured, you can configure widgets, or you can use everything. So I just left everything the same. And then what I did was I installed a bunch of different icon packs. But the one that I have and use right now is something called Delta. You click apply icons, you have a bunch of different custom icons. You have new icons. Scrolling through them fast, you get the PewDiePie simulator there. Folders, 0A. You can do all this different stuff. If I go down to R, I can do recycle. There is no trash either. So that's Delta. And then what I did was I literally took the Delta wall, the Super widgets. I went to widgets. I'm going to add a second screen here so I can show you. Oh. I tapped and held. I clicked on widgets. I scrolled all the way down to the bottom, and however I did it. I went to Super Widget Pro. Some of them I just went like this. I clicked to resize or start. Then I clicked the MNMLUI, which is what I use inside of this. So you have to download MNLUI, and then what you do is I'm going to remove this one because I accidentally ruined it. Then what I did was I let it load. Sometimes it can take a little bit to load. And once it does load, you literally can load them up to look like this. So this took me time. I had to resize this widget over here, this one, and I had to change it to my liking. So this is taking a little bit too long. I'm impatient here. Touch and hold to pick up a widget. Tap to MNMLUI, and then I click this. Now as you can see, if I go back, once it does load, that is a little bit too small. If I click resize, let's say I use 2 squares for this. That's still a little bit too small. So what I did was I clicked this to select all. And then what I did was I did move it over because of the way it became big. And then I went back into this. I'm just going to show you some of the things I did. Then I went back and I made it bigger. And then from there, what I did was I did go back in here. I selected all. And I just went like this to move it back into the corner. Then what I did was I went back to see how big I can get it before text started to disappear. And then I went back and I moved everything back over. And I made sure that there was nothing showing on the side. And it takes its time. There you go. You can delete it. You can do whatever you want. And I selected this. For this, I literally just went in. I tapped and held. I did use one of these 3-1 widgets. And I clicked it. I clicked empty. I clicked layout. I clicked add. Or I didn't even click add. I went to, I don't even remember how I did this one. I added it. I added a text. And then I went to edit manually. I went to all this. Then I found the long info because I wanted to know how long I had left. And percentage, and if whether, well, I didn't care if it was charging or just charging, it just had that. So then I went over to fonts. And installed inside of this font is down more. You get your Product Sans regular. Then I literally took the text, I went like that, I let it build itself up, I went back, and then it loads, and then I literally went back into it because I needed to. And in this one, it does the same exact thing, it opens up with this. Then I went back in, I clicked widget background, and I slid it all the way over here. And then what it should do, I think this is, if I can remember, this is how I did it. I will click it. I click on the battery. It pops up with it. I click on the 11 hours left. Yeah, so I literally went all the way. And then this should also show with that. And then what it does is it takes away transparent background. As you can see, I have to press on color to apply. It will apply it. And then once that does that, it should take away the background from the image. Or text, really. And then it just shows up like this one. once it does take away. There you go. So you see it's transparent now. And then you can delete it. So remember, everything down here will be linked below, including the launcher I use, the icon pack I use, the widget pack I use, and the widget customizer piece I use. And then I will put in the description Sesame shortcuts, and because I don't even know, because you can customize more. If you see over here, let's say you want to enter, not an incognito, let's say you want to enter a website, / www.youtube.com. By the way, this is my, you can add it, shortcut you made. Now, you go home, tap and hold youtube.com, and now it brings up my channel. Or you can just delete it. You can turn, let's say you didn't want incognito tab on. No more incognito tab. And you can turn it back on. You can toggle all. Let's say you don't even want it for that app. You can turn it off and on. So that is the other thing I will put here, along with Tesla on red, this, which is nice, Sesame shortcuts, and I leave the Tesla on red standard just because that's where I like it. Sesame shortcut, I will put in my launcher, my Sesame shortcut, Tesla on red, icon pack. Then I will put in my information here for the widgets, what I use for the widgets, what the widgets are called, and the option for the widgets, the customization option. And then from there, that'll just be everything that I do. If you did like this video, please rate, comment, subscribe, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if it is red. Just as always, thumbs up. Comment down below what you think of it, what your inspirations were. Tweet at me at MODYMDY with pictures of your customized launcher and stuff. And just as always, enjoy the rest of your day.